I think the little pocket camera from Blackmagic is one of the nicest little cameras for the money that you can buy. And it's about content, and particularly in terms of drama. It's about the casting, the performance, and the writing, and the story you're telling. And when you tell that story well, at any resolution, in the lower grades, you will be sucked in immediately.
How you doing, guys, and welcome to another video. And today I want to talk about two of my favorite cameras which I've ever owned, and those are the Blackmagic Micro Cinema camera and the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera OG. Now, I've owned a lot of cameras. I mean, I've got a Pocket 4K, I've owned a 6K Pro, many Canon cameras and Eosms. You know, obviously now I'm shooting with Panasonic. So there's quite a few cameras I've had over my, my limited time in this industry. But those two cameras were really striking for me, and what it was that made them so special was the image quality that came out of them. Now, I know I spoke about this before, but I want to touch on that a little bit more. There's a general consensus that goes around that says it's not the camera that you own, it's the person behind the camera. And 98% of the time, I will agree with that, because that is true. If you haven't got any skills, you're not going to produce any good work. So learning skills and leveling up is vital to your game. But the reason why I say 98% and there's 2% missing, and that is because the Micro and the Pocket 4K. For some reason, those cameras, with their color science, the Blackmagic color science, the sensor, everything just coupled together can give you some truly fantastic magical images. And I mean, if you're looking at these shots now, which I've shot over a period of months, they're just tests. Sometimes I've done music videos with them, I've shot movies with them, I've done interviews, paid work, I've done a lot of stuff using these cameras. A lot of the stuff I don't really post online, I just post random stuff here and there, but these cameras always surprise me. And what surprised me the most was the limited amount of work I had to put in on a grade. Now, when I say limited, I mean I could literally sometimes just throw a lot on it and the footage looks absolutely perfect. To me, it looks absolutely perfect. Skin tones were perfect, highlight, roll off, shadows, everything just absolutely amazing. And that was one thing that made me want to own and keep these cameras, is because of how good it was, how easy it was to get a fantastic image. Now, unfortunately, in this age, 2021, and so many creators coming up and so many cameras getting released, that we have to have, 4K, at minimum of 4K. So, it prompted me to obviously look into other cameras to purchase, to use for commercial work. And I'm really sad about that, because 1080p would have been, in my opinion, it's still good, because a lot of people still ask for 1080p in delivery. Now, I want to talk about another video which I made, the Blackmagic Original versus the Eosm. And as you know, I'm a massive fan of the Eosm. The Eosm is a beautiful camera. For the price, there's nothing in the market which can do what it does. And I know I've said that many times, and we spoke about the problems with the Eosm and the pink frames and etc. But as I said many times before, treat the footage right, try to stick to 1080p if you can, and try to keep your image static. You could easily get away with using that as a B cam or a C cam on interviews and stuff like that. Absolutely amazing camera. But I recommended the Blackmagic Pocket OG over that one because it was just easier to work with. But now I have to take that back. I have to now say that if you're looking to get into cinema, that the Eosm is going to be your best bet. And why do I say that? Well, the title of this video was Blackmagic Originals Priced into Oblivion. And this is the problem now, is that so many people have caught on to this camera, how great the sensor is, how great the image quality is, how good they are to carry around, is that the prices have gone up and up and up past a reasonable point of you thinking, is it viable for me now? I'm talking about, I've seen, micro cameras. Fair enough, they've got like a little package with them, a few batteries and speed booster, but going for $1,800. I've seen a Blackmagic Pocket Original camera going for £700, £800. Now, don't get me wrong, I know people spent a lot of money on this, and I'm not trying to take money out of anyone's pocket, but there's got to be a point where you say to yourself, yes, it's a good camera, but is it worth me spending that kind of money? And my opinion, it's no, because if you're talking about £700, £800, or even going up to $1,800, you might as well be, you're putting yourself into another realm. You could pick up a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera 4K for that kind of money, which is an absolutely belter of a camera. It's an amazing camera, and I mean that one you can actually use for your personal projects, to film YouTube, for work as well, for commercial work and filming all sorts of things, music videos, do what you like, weddings, your image is going to come out absolutely amazing. So we have to ask ourselves, yes, only the demand will drive the price. But then I think that it's gone a bit ridiculous now and people are asking way too much for their original pocket cameras. I might be wrong, but if you feel that the price of those cameras are going too high and you thinking that they've priced themselves out of the market, then what is your option? Where do you turn? And again, that's why I'll say look at the EOS M. If you're a new filmmaker trying to get into this game, the EOS M is going to be the best way to get into it. Yes, you check some of my older videos against the Pocket 6K Pro, you can see that the EOS M holds up very well. What I do is you try not to move the camera too much. If you move it a lot, move it slowly. If you can use filters like an ND filter or a black pro mist or some sort of diffusion filter, that will help you with your moire if you're recording in 1080p. There's so many tricks you can do. But what I urge you to do is if you want to get into it, get the camera, learn the menu system first. I get a lot of messages, private messages on Instagram, people can't work out certain things and I'm there going through this whole menu system backwards and forwards with videos. It's best that you learn the menu system first, learn what everything does. Don't worry if you break something because it's so easy to reinstall it, no problem. Just learn that menu system first and that will be a perfect camera to get you on your road to becoming a cinematographer. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope this was useful information to you. Take care and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.